It's been like 2 months since the Level Up program. I've now got like 7 clients,
Yeah.
and I've got some more that are looking to sign up this month.
Hello, Kayla. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good to have you. So, today is really an opportunity to explore how you found your coaching experience on the Level Up program. So, I'm going to be asking you a few questions. Want you to be open and honest. Sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. So, let me know what made you decide to get coaching specifically to come on the Level Up program?
Yes, so I have a beauty business. I look at like hair care, skincare infused makeup, but it's with a network marketing brand. And like the products are amazing, but I've never quite known how to pitch the products. Prior to the Level Up program, I hadn't had any customers. No one was joining my team, and I was like, "What do I do? Where do I go from here?" And I came across your page one day on Instagram. And I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting." And I was watching your live and I was like, wow, the content here is really, really good. And eventually joined the Level Up program. And at first I was a bit nervous because I was like, well, all the other girls here are starting their business from scratch. I have the products made for me. I don't know if this is all going to be applicable for me, but every single week I felt like I was taking away something. And now I've got like more customers than I could have imagined in the space of like 6 weeks of the program. I've got other girls on my team that are doing the same thing, and I'm able to share what I've learned with the girls on my team. But it's also helped me to be a um, better businesswoman as well, to feel like that I do have value and that people truly do benefit from the services that I offer.
Yes, businesswoman. I love that. So, I mean, you touched on a lot, and we're going to get into like the results and all of that soon. But before that, I just want to explore like, had you had a coach before? Like, were you familiar with coaching?
Not really. I think I may have downloaded like a free Instagram resource like on
Okay.
the odd like on the whim, but I've never actually had coaching before. So this being my first ever coaching experience has been amazing. Like I've loved it.
No,
Absolutely loved it.
thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. So, talk me through like where you were. You touched on it a bit just now, but in terms of before coaching, like where were you with your business? What was happening before
Oh yeah,
my work?
yeah, I wasn't getting far at all. Um, I think when I first started my business, I had like one person try the products in the space of a year. I only had one customer in the space of a year, and that was quite discouraging because I didn't know what to do. Like, yes, I had like a team that I could talk to, but I just didn't feel. I just felt like everyone kind of knew what they were doing, and I was on the outside, and that was really tricky for me. Like not seeing results, or I would talk to people here and there on social media, or like friends or family, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we're not interested," and that was quite discouraging. I tried to look at resources online and stuff, but again, I wasn't really seeing much success, and I feel like when you're trying to take things from a load of different business coaches online with free resources, they're all saying different things. And it's like, okay, like how do I merge this all together and how do I make this work for me? It wasn't personalized. But then once I joined the Level Up program, we learned a lot about like having a personal brand, looking at your ideal client and like writing it out in detail, like who that is, what um, what are their qualities, what are things that like their pain points, things that their lifestyle, things like that. And so because I was able to have like those conversations with you on those calls, um, I understood like who my person was and how to tailor my content towards that person that needed my services. Um, and also the other girls on the call were absolutely amazing. Like they were such wonderful ladies as well, where I think all of us felt like we could all be vulnerable on those calls. Like I don't think any of us ever felt like, oh, we can't say anything. Like whatever our struggle point is, we can't say whatever we're finding difficult. We can't say. We all felt like this was a safe space to share, and we all learned something from each person's questions as well.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I love that you touched on like the community aspect because I pride myself in, by God's grace, being able to attract amazing ladies, which means that I know for a lot of people, when you think of group coaching, some love it, other people are like, but
Yeah,
like that's something everyone does tend to say in terms of being in a group space on my program. So I'm glad that you've picked it up. So, okay, let's rewind a bit. You said in 1 year you had one client
yeah.
till now, like obviously there's been a shift. So talk me through like what have been the shifts for you in business? Like what have been the tangible results you've seen for your time on the Level Up program? I know we've done a bit of extra work too, but like I'm assuming you don't just have one client. Like tell me what's happened
No.
at the
So
moment.
it's been, I think, 2 months since the Level Up program. I've now got like 7 clients.
Yeah.
And I've got some more that are looking to sign up this month,
Yeah.
which again is insane that within like 2 months, I've had more growth than I had in like a year, which is amazing. I've got two girls that have joined my team as well, but I've also had other girls message me and say, "Hey, I've been looking at what you're doing. I would love to join you." And I think it's so encouraging when people message you and instead of you reaching out, it goes to show that like you're doing something right. But I don't think I would have been able to have done any of that without all the resources and all the tips and tricks that I learned from the Level Up training.
I love that. So you've gone from like having one client in a year, now having a team, and like you said, 7 clients. Is that including your time on the program, or like how much, like since working together, how many clients? I mean, if it's
Yes,
hard to
it's
count because it's that much, give me a ballpark, but roughly like how many clients do you feel like you've maybe been able to get over a period of working together?
I would say all seven. All seven have been over the period of working together.
Love it. Love it. Awesome. Well done. So, talk me through like your overall experience. How did you find your coaching experience with myself?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You truly like whether it's a group call or a one-to-one call, you always make it feel personalized. Like for example, on a group call, you might be talking about like a specific slide, but then you'll point out each person and say how this applies to each of us. And that's so encouraging because I'm a note taker. Like I need to take notes, otherwise I'm going to forget everything. I need to look back on it. And even though all the calls are recorded, I still just like to have notes taken down anyway, because why not? And to hear those ideas, like, Kayla, this could apply to you in this context, like, oh yes, write that down. That's an Instagram reel idea, or a way that I can help somebody else with their like hair journey, whatever it may be. Um, but you also challenge us in the most beautiful way. It doesn't feel intimidating. Like you always encourage us, which I love. But you'll challenge us in ways where it's like we might feel uncomfortable to do it, but when we do it, we know that there's a benefit from it. So, for example, social media again. I'd never really gone live on social media. I wasn't a big fan of going live, but you were like, look, I challenge you all. Like, we've done some training on social media and lives. So I'm challenging you girls to do it like in the next 2 days. And I think not only having the challenge, but also a time frame helped so much and an incentive as well. And I was like, you know what? Like, there's no harm in me doing this. Like, let me just go for it. And I tried to come up with excuses like, oh, yeah, I don't have the time. How am I going to fit it in? But like there's if I'm scrolling on Instagram like aimlessly, I know that I could easily just like fit it in there. And it's not just I'm not just doing it because Lakeisha said so. I'm doing it because I know it's going to benefit me in the long run. And that was actually one of the ways in which I got my first girl to join my team. She saw my live and she was like, wow, that was like you actually really spoke to me in my situation right now. I need to join you. Like I see the vision. Like you might not have, you might not be making like all the money right now, but I know that you're going somewhere just based on like how you're showing up. And I want to come on the journey with you. I want to get there with you. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. And I just have to honestly thank you for just truly believing in each one of us girls and like seeing what we don't always see in ourselves.
Yeah, no, love it. Thank you for sharing. You're making me get emotional. Thank you for sharing. And I really do remember like that day that you went on live because I think I was getting ready to go meet a client for a VIP day and like rushing and I got a notification like, oh, Kayla's doing a live. I actually forgot that I set the challenge. And I do remember that day very clearly. So like I love that for you. You stepped and this is what I see in my best clients. Even when it's hard, even when they can make the excuse, even when it's out of their comfort zone, just because they tried, that is when you see the most results. So girl, well done. You got a whole team member. Love it. You said something that I also wanted to highlight. You said that I challenge you in the most beautiful way. And I love that because I always say, like, I'm not the coach that will sugarcoat. Like, I will keep it real. I won't call you out, but I will call you up because
Mm,
more because I know I want you to win. So I love that you've said that because I do pride myself in just keeping it real, keeping it 100, because if I'm not doing that, then I'm not being a good coach. I'm not doing my job. So love it, love it, love it. Talk to me about like what you would say to someone who is maybe considering coaching, especially with myself, like they're where you were like last year, wanting to grow your business, feeling frustrated, not knowing how to grow it, but perhaps they're on the fence. Like, what would you say to that person?
mm. I would say number one, you already know that you're feeling stuck. If you choose not to go ahead with this, you're going to be stuck in the same, like a year later from now. Like, whether you join or not, a year's gonna go by. Like a year later is, are you gonna be in a more successful place with your business, or are you gonna be in the same place? That's number one. Number two, you will never regret investing in your own business. Like when you see the fruit from it, it's like, you know what, this was so worth it. Um, the the skills that you gain are invaluable. You learn not only about like how to benefit your business, but there's also so much personal growth. Like I've learned the beauty of showing up, um, and this has like gone outside of business, like even just in personal life. Like I show up a lot more. I view myself in a different way. I know that I do have value, just me as a person, but also what I have to share with people as well. And I know that like so many other girls need that as well. So that's what I was saying. I feel like there's one more thing I'd want to say. If you're thinking of joining, but you're on the fence, maybe because it is a group session, and you might be feeling a bit intimidated by that. Um, I trust that all the girls that join Lakeisha, that see Lakeisha online, they're all like pretty level-headed women. Like we're all kind of in the same boat. We all don't like we're all on a journey with our business. You know, none of us are coming like experts. You know, we are coming because we want to learn, because we want to grow. And since we're all in the same boat, like you won't feel embarrassed if you don't know what you're doing. If anything, I feel like the culture that has been fostered actually encourages us to say when we're struggling, to say when we don't know what we're doing. Um, and that is why we have Lakeisha. You know, we have Lakeisha to guide us, to show us, okay, this is where you're stuck. This is how you're going to get out, and this is how you're going to move forward from it as well. So yeah, you just won't regret it. That's all I'd say. This is something that you won't regret starting.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. That
Okay.
was awesome. So, like, let me know what's next for Kayla. What's on the radar?
Yes. Well, next for me is helping more girls improve their hair care, improve their bank accounts, improve their personal growth, um, seeing more financial freedom, and also just having my heart filled knowing that I'm helping other women. Like it's great when I see the paycheck come in like every Friday, but it warms my heart even more when I hear reviews from people saying, "You've just made my day. Like you don't understand how much you've helped me, how much you like confidence you've brought back in me." You know, those things are just priceless. So yeah, those are things. More social media presence. showing up authentically me, not just posting a random hook that I saw online and that's it, but actually showing up as me, showing up with my authentic self and connecting with other women that relate to that as well, and that can we can do life together, you know.
I love that. And I love that you touched on, which I forgot to mention when you mentioned earlier, the personal growth element. Like, this is it. When you decide to really commit to your business, you are going to grow. And I love that you touched on it. And I love how you spoke about like helping other women. Like, ultimately, business is just about service. Like, you would have heard me say, Kayla, so many times. It's all about serving first, adding value, and in return, your business grows with that. So, Kayla, it has been lovely working with you. Thank you for your time now. And I cannot wait to continue to see you shine. You keep shining, girl. And yeah, we'll
Thank you.
see you soon.
Yes, see you soon.